Hello, let's do a weekly analysis. Let's do a weekly analysis. I'm going to start by just clearing up this chart. I'll probably have to redo it later on. I just want to get rid of a lot of these alerts too, but let's do a weekly analysis. I'm going to be flying through this weekly analysis, let me tell you, because we are going to be doing a weekly analysis on NASDAQ. I'm entering on a new instrument, what the freak? And I'm simply doing this, I'm just paper trading. I did just take a loss, so I'm not jumping into any trades, I can promise you that, but I'm just live trading and just observing NASDAQ more intentionally. I've been popping in here or there, but I haven't been watching as intentionally as I would love to. But we've got this bearish below level. If you don't know, I trade ICC from Trades by Side, so that's where I know this strategy, where I've learnt this strategy from, and yeah, that's what I'm going to be. That's the terminology that I'm going to be using throughout this full analysis. But we've got another bearish below level, which can also double as a area of support, and I simply say that because we've got these very big reactive candles here, so I'm going to call that an area of support. And then we've got this price bearish below level. That price looks like it's looking to break under. We've got lower highs sitting here, so I'm going to actually circle these. I'm literally, you guys have never seen me work so fast. Well, when I say work, I mean like do analysis so fast. We've also got a little area of support here. Now I'm gonna mark this as bullish above, and I say that because it's an area of support. It's an area where buys are sitting, so that's how I'm gonna label it. Just for me personally. I also want to change the color of the text. Sorry if I'm a little bit too OCD, but that's what I'm thinking. So we've got this lower high here. So if I want to start taking sales, I want to wait until price gets below here. Should I? Yeah, I'm going to leave this as a circle because I want it to be clear that price is making higher lows. So I think that price is still bullish. I was trying to take a buy last week on Friday and I lost that. So I still think price is bullish. I want to wait for price to get back above this level, or I want to see if it gets below this level. And then I also want to see if it gets close to here. And I want to see if it gets back to this level. Now, to memorize this little area here, I think I'm just going to draw some circles, to be honest. Some of these, because this is where some lower highs were made. Actually, you know what? No, I'm not going to cloud. Oh, I'm a little bit conflicted. What do I do here? Should I just go like this? Yeah, I think I'm just going to do that. I'm just going to highlight it and just not add any labels. Because I guess it's an area of resistance. But yeah, we're going to leave that as the analysis for the week, the overall analysis. But let's go to the weekly analysis on gold and see what the hell is going on. I honestly think we might need to redo this. So I'm actually just going to delete. Yes. I don't want to fully delete every single dynamic support and resistance level. We've obviously got this one here where price has made a low. I did just get rid of this, I'm aware, but I just want to redo it so that I'm on the right track. Price is bearish below this level. Okay, and then we've got the all-time highs here. So we've got all-time highs, price bullish above, and obviously we're going to change this to be pink. I color code everything in accordance with my candlesticks, if you couldn't tell. We've obviously got this low here, which is fine. I'm just going to let price continue doing that. We've got somewhat of a high area. We've got somewhat of like a mini pullback. So I'm just going to label this mini pullback. Yeah, I don't really need to mark anything there. I think all I really want to know, well, we can actually start doing opposite trend line. Is there a good level to stick it at? I guess we can go like this. But I feel like this one's more supported here. We'll just go like that, and then we'll also do another one. It may seem excessive, and if you think it's excessive, I apologize, but that's just what I'm thinking. So if price respects this trend line, then cool, no worries. Let's continue on that trend line. If it crosses, I want to know. So if price crosses, I want an alert. And then again, if price crosses, I want an alert. So that's the weekly analysis. So I'm expecting if price is going to continue bearish, it's going to continue on this little trend line here, or dynamic support level, where the buyers will continue. Oh my god, I've marked it up on the wrong spot. Oh my god, I'm so glad I explained that out loud, because I've literally marked it in the wrong spot. We're looking for resistance, so we're looking for a trend line from this direction. And if you look here, I think I'm going to put it here. That's not a swing high. That's not a swing high. We've got no swing highs here. I guess that's the only swing high that I can really use. That's crazy. We don't have a swing high. I'm just going to put it there. I'm going to put it here. So if price crosses back below here, I guess I'll get notified, but I don't even know where to put this trend line. There's not really any swing highs. I'm just going to leave it there. And then if price crosses it, then I know that price is pushing up a little bit. And then if price crosses here, then I know that price is bullish on the 1 hour. So yeah, we're going to leave that. And then let's do a markup on the DXY. I can't believe we've done all this in such a quick amount of time. Okay, the DXY. Such a confusing instrument in my mind. Okay, price is bullish above this level, so the DXY is bullish, therefore gold should be bearish still. So why was I taking buys? That's a great question. I really should have checked this. I'm going to leave an alert here because obviously price is bullish. We've got this dynamic support level. I want to redo these lines here because these lines, I can see a very clear trend line, and that's not, none of those lines were it. Okay. We're on the same page here. We can all see that. It's very extremely clear. I'm literally going to leave it at that. It doesn't need anything more or anything less. It's clearly going on an uptrend. We've got that obviously is a price bullish above level where prices just broke through. But you know what? We've got another one right here. So I want to see if price is going to head above here, and then we'll know that DXY is definitely bullish. But then we've also got the bearish below sitting at around about there. Bearish below. Okay, and then obviously we want to change the color, and then we want to also set an alert below this level so that we know if price does break this low, then price is definitely bearish. And then I want to do the second one as well because I feel like they're both quite important. Second one right there. I'm happy with this analysis, so we know that we want the DXY to respect this dynamic support level. We don't really have a bias. It's good exercising trades or exercising analysis on the DXY and gold because it really doesn't matter. It's just about following what price action is saying. So if price action is going bullish, which it clearly is, then I'm cool. We've crossed that dynamic resistance line and we're looking for price to respect that bullish trend line. Now that I'm looking at this looks very familiar, and this looks like Tory Trade's trend line strategy, and I learned my trend lines off of her. I've never learned her strategy, but this is helping me. This is helping me with my overall analysis. So we'll see if price starts respecting the opposite of this trend line and continuing up. Now, what we've all been waiting for. NASDAQ. What am I even gonna... Okay, I'm just gonna choose this one because, like, whatever. I don't even really think it makes a difference. I don't trade futures. I just trade the CFD version at the moment, and I like CFDs. I don't know what it is. I know that everyone obviously trades futures. I don't. I like the CFDs for now. We're not quite at that level where I'm ready to decide or anything, but just for now. I think I did mark up NASDAQ a minute ago. No, I want NASDAQ. Wait, is it gonna show up on my watch list now? Let me get rid of these and let's just focus on what I do trade. Okay. Alright. Do I have a weekly analysis on here? Can we please stop changing instruments? Can we just stick to one? Okay, we don't have a weekly analysis. We're gonna start here. I don't like the gaps. Do we have a version that doesn't have gaps? Does NQ have gaps? I'm okay with trading futures if it doesn't. I don't even know what that was for. It's for ages ago. NQ. Do we really have nothing? Oh. They just all have. They all have gaps. Oh, this one. No, this one. Is this the one that I was just on? Yeah, whatever this is, I don't want to trade that. So that can just, yeah, no, I don't want to trade that. It's all the same thing at the end of the day, no? Yeah, this is the one that I want to trade. I want to trade this one. Let's make sure that's the one that's on my watch list. I don't really know how to get it on there. Whatever. I'm sure it's fine. Okay, let's do an analysis. Where do I even start? Obviously, we'll zoom quite in because we're on the daily time frame. We've got this very clear low right here. So this is our bearish below. It doesn't look like price action has been the best. We're obviously on an uptrend, but I mean, just looking at this and this gap here, it doesn't look the best. But that's okay. I believe Nasdaq's been pushing all-time highs. Don't quote me on that. That's just from other traders that I've heard talk about Nasdaq, that trade Nasdaq. We've got this gap right here, or window, you could say. I'm gonna mark it out. Obviously, I don't trade gaps because I don't. I have seen Kelly OG's strategy where she trades gaps, but I don't care to. I want to stick to my strategy. I'm just gonna call this a gap. So I don't know when price does enter into that gap. Okay, maybe it doesn't need to be perfect. Yes, we've obviously got that gap there. We're obviously on an uptrend, so let's try and find a dynamic support level. It looks like we're more likely going to be... Yeah, this one looks like it's respecting. We've got the swing points. And yeah, it looks like it's respecting that level. I'm going to just add one based off of this candle right here, even though I don't think this is going to be the best one. But we'll just add it anyway. And yeah, we want the alerts on both of them because we want to know when price is crossing either of them. Oh my gosh, I don't know if my mic has been in the best spot, so I apologize if my audio hasn't been the best. I've been trying to keep it really close to my mouth because I can speak really quietly sometimes. We've got this price is bullish above level here. I don't know if I'll be taking any sells on Nasdaq anytime soon. It's obviously pushing above. It's obviously pushing up, sorry. Bullish above. Okay, price is bullish above. I'm giving up on the color coding the actual text, but the boxes need to be color coded. So yeah, price is bullish above. We've obviously got, it looks like an indication. This looks messy. We've got an indication. So price could have been making that indication, correction, and then make a continuation, potentially. Respecting this trend line, dynamic support level right here. So that's a good thing to keep in mind if we do end up crossing this. So indication level, and I think we're going to leave it at that, otherwise it's going to get way too messy. We only want one, and it's going to be on this direction at the indication level. So yeah, we want price to ideally be respecting this trend zone, but we're also aware that there's a gap here that price could gravitate towards and react off of. It could go all the way through and it could hit this indication level, forming an ICC setup on the higher time frame, and then it could continue up respecting this dynamic support level. I think that this level is way too steep, so I don't know how long it's going to respect this for, but at least we know that if it does break, it doesn't just automatically mean that we're going sells. It means that it could be gravitating towards one of these levels. But then also we have this low right in here in between the range where price could be bearish below, but I'd want to see a little bit more price action, so I'm not going to be looking at doing that. But yeah, that's my analysis for Nasdaq on the, what do you even call that? I don't know, that's just my analysis on, for the weekly analysis, right? Obviously. I think this was the one that was on the, that was on the watch list. Okay. All right. Let's clear this up. This is from a minute ago. We are on the 4 hour right now. So obviously we can see a little bit more of what's going on. We can see that window is still there. Let's go to the most recent price action. Oh my gosh, got sniffles. Okay, actually let's mark out the most obvious level, which is this level of resistance. So I'm gonna put resistance level. I'm gonna stretch it out even more just so that it's nice and clear. So we've got this resistance level where price did not want to break higher, and then it did break higher. So it looks like it could be doing an ICC setup, to be honest, just like an indication correction, but it has gone very far. So we'll see. But then we have this bullish above level right here. Honestly, I was gonna say, I can't believe we've done this so quick. We have not done this that quick. Okay, price is bullish above. And yeah, we got this resistance level. We got pinks all around, so you can see price is very bullish. We've got this resistance level. Not resistance level. We've got a price bearish below level. Where did that go? Okay. Oh my gosh, I was like, what the hell? I'm going to mark up my no trade zones and everything in my morning analysis, but this is what we have so far. So I want to have an alert here. And I'm good with that alert there. I think I'm literally good with that. Honestly, I don't want to touch it. I don't want to crowd it up anymore. We can see what price is doing overall. It's obviously pushing up. We've hit a level. We've got some bearish price action happening. And then we've got, you know what? Let's not pretend like it's not there. This is the no trade zone. In my eyes. And keep in mind, this is my first analysis really on Nasdaq. But yeah, let's go into my journal and let's do this weekly analysis journaling session. I have a Tay McCray song stuck in my head. Okay, we got week ending. Week ending the 2nd of the 11th of 25. Love that. Okay, we got the pre-weekly analysis. We've already got the week off right there. I'm not writing that again. Okay, we'll do one for gold. And then we'll do another one for Nasdaq. That's so fun. Okay, wait. Hold on. We got gold. And then we got Nasdaq. Should I do these for the DXY? That we're going to keep with 2, and then I might do that next week. High time frame bias is bullet. What was it? No, my high time frame bias is bearish because the DXY is going up and gold is still kind of giving bearish movement. It's not 100% looking bullish at the moment, so I wouldn't say my bias is bullish. But yeah, let's have a look again, just so we can definitely be sure. Yeah, currently we're respecting that resistance level, so it looks like we are doing sells. So I really should not have been trying to do buys on Friday. But yeah, we're bearish. Key levels and areas of interest is that dynamic resistance and the highs. And if they stay protected, and by protected I mean like they don't get broken. Upcoming news to be aware of, I'm not sure. I'm expecting. Okay, let's just go through the news because we can't avoid that. Obviously none. Okay, Monday we got nothing. Do we? I think I saw something red. We've got PMI. Really? Okay, we got PMI. Jolts. Is the US still shut? I thought it was gonna open. US shutdown. Never anything that follows us as traders. We've got PMI, non-farm employment change. What was that? PPI? No, PMI. We have PMI on Monday. I don't understand. Unemployment claims. Ooh. Got a lot of news this week. Unemployment rates. Literally. No, I can't. Oh. Average hourly earnings. It's really making me type this out. PCE. Unemployment rate. I just rated non-farm employment changes here. Okay, we got all of this to come and delight us. So I'm just gonna add that onto here because I'm not typing that out twice. I'm expecting volatile. Because of all that news, there's so much. What setups am I focusing on? I'm focusing on sells. I'm avoiding buys until price breaks dynamic resistance. What would invalidate my bias? There we go. 1 trade per day. 1% risk is on gold. Okay, high time frame buys is buys. Let's look for what we're looking for again because I don't want to say the wrong thing. I'm looking for price to fill the gap. So key areas would be the gap. Wrong thing would be that gap. Indication level. And the bullish above level. That's really what I'm most interested in seeing. Setups I'm focusing on is buys. What setup I'm avoiding sells. What would invalidate this would be price breaking the bearish below. Or no reaction off of the indication level, because if it had no reaction and it just continued to sell off, it would sell off past this dynamic support right here. Paper trade only with 1% risk and 1 trade a day. How do I want to start this week? Disciplined. Staying patient. 1 trade a day. Main trading goal study more. My mindset and discipline goal is to be patient, and my daily routine, because I also wasn't good at that. Whew, that is it. Oh my gosh, that was a workout in itself. That was so much. Hopefully this week goes well. That was a lot to analyze. Let me know if you guys want these analyses in different videos for gold and Nasdaq. I had a few people respond and say to just do it in the same video, which I've done. So this is the first video where I'm doing them both in the same video. So let me know what you guys think. If you guys like it in this video, just let me know. Just like give like a thumbs up in the comments or something. But if you would prefer me to put them in a different video, then just let me know. It's all good. I don't mind either. Whatever's better for you guys. I'm gonna analyze them both anyway. But yeah, that is my weekly outlook, my weekly analysis. I hope you guys found something valuable in this. If you guys have any advice for my weekly analysis videos, let me know, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Bye.